Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Browns Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski, and this is where we gather up some of the latest news involving our favorite team in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns, and then we give you our take on that news along the way. But we also hear from you, too, from the viewer comments. We pull some out because we want to hear what you have to say about our favorite team. Thank you to everyone who has liked our previous episodes and who has subscribed to the channel, and to all of you who do get into the viewer comment section and make your voices heard. I can't wait. I love, you know how much I love getting into the viewer comments and responding and chatting with everybody. But I can't wait till we start doing some of these live streams and these live Q&As and things we're going to do coming up. We're going to have some exclusive content and things. And so it's going to be so much fun. I've said it so many times. I wish I could take calls. Who knows? Maybe we will. I'll figure out a way. But I just can't wait till we get those live streams going. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, coming up on today's show, ESPN put out what they call their Football Power Index. And I was shocked to see where the Browns ended up. Shedeur Sander is a unique talent, but we found the NFL quarterbacks, the experts say he resembles most. It's not just one. Speaking of our quarterbacks, now, the new Superman movie that was filmed here in Cleveland will come out this week. But one Browns beat reporter says one of our quarterbacks brings a superpower to the room. We'll find out. And in the viewer comments, now this is just a comment I had to use because it's 4th of July weekend. I just had to use it. But first things first, let's start. Speaking of things I want to blow up 4th of July weekend, this Football Power Index that ESPN put out. It's their projections for the 2025 season. It's the metric that they used, and it's designed to be like a forward-looking measure, like how well a team is expected to play in the 2025 season. Now, here is what the Football Power Index measures. Team strength. FBI represents how many points a team is above or below average in terms of offensive, defensive, and special teams performance, measured in points per game, according to ESPN. They also look at projected performance. It uses simulations, like 20,000 for college football. They use this for pro and college football, to forecast a team's win-loss record, chances of winning a division or conference, making the playoffs, and winning the national championship. And after they put all of their information in and they hit send, their computer model thing spits this out. These are the 5 worst teams projected in the NFL. The only one I agree with, really, the Saints. So if you look at it from, so essentially, these are you could say the Saints are 32, Tennessee's 31, the Browns 30, if you want to do it that way. But again, I don't understand how they come up with this stuff. I don't understand how they can say this is legitimately something that you can rely on, because they're not basing it on anything going forward. The Browns are not the 3rd worst team in the league. Like, we have improved so much with the draft picks and the guys we signed, and the quarterback room is in the best shape it's been in I don't know how long. And you're going to go and do that? And the other thing is, like, I would go to bat for the Jets on this. I mean, I don't think they're that bad. I mean, they got Justin Fields. I still don't think Justin Fields can read a defense, but they got a good defense, and they got the good running game. Like they're a little better than that. And then I don't know if Bryce Young picks up where he left off, which I don't think he will. But I mean, the Panthers could be better too. But like, you're telling me the Giants aren't one of the, like, get out of here, man. Like, I don't know what these people are talking about, ESPN, and you get out of here with your Football Power Index. All right. Anyway, okay, moving on. So we looked. Remember, I was trying to find that light at the end of the tunnel on Dylan Gabriel, and I finally did. Figured out a way, like, maybe this is what the Browns were thinking. Maybe they think he's going to be the next Bo Nix. And so then it got me thinking, all right, well, who does Shedeur compare to? And, it seems like like Shedeur is such a unique talent, and this just proves it. I mean, because when you try to find a comparison, there is not a comparison. There are multiple comparisons. He's like this mixture of guys in the NFL. These quarterbacks in the NFL. And this is the consensus that, everybody says he's got a little bit of Geno Smith in him because both are known for their accuracy, smooth throwing motion, and their ability to operate within the structure of an offense. Jared Goff, now we talked about this during the whole draft process. We mentioned Goff because of his accuracy. There's that word again. And his effectiveness in timing-based offenses. Aaron Rodgers, these aren't bad. If you want to be compared to people, these aren't bad. They say Sanders' precision and ability to make tight windowed throws are reminiscent of Aaron Rodgers. And then how about Joe Burrow? They say because he has an unflappable demeanor in high-pressure situations, which is like Burrow. Now, Kenny Pickett is situational grit, and we're going to talk more about him in a minute. But unflappable demeanor, I like that better for my quarterback than situational grit. If you're going to, when we're getting right down to it. So, when you look at these comparisons, it's like, man, if he brings that to training camp, look out. He will rocket up the charts, and we're gonna come out. I got the latest odds too on who's gonna start week 1, and it's all over the place. You'll find out in a minute here. But yeah, like when you say who does Shedeur compare to, you can't say just one person because he's this mixture of all of these quarterbacks who have done great things in the league already. So something to look forward to, man. When training this training camp with this quarterback battle can't get here soon enough. Here's another reason. Apparently, Kenny Pickett has a superpower. So. This came out the other day, courtesy of Mary Kay Cabot. She's been a Browns beat reporter for a very long time. She has covered this team, and she said that Kenny Pickett's superpower will be his mobility that will enable the Browns to be creative and unpredictable in Stefanski's offense. He will have more of an opportunity to run keepers, run pass options, RPOs, for those of you in the business, and other plays that rely on his strengths. So, Kenny Pickett is a superpower. I thought it was going to be situational grit, but I guess that's not a superpower. That's just part of what he is. Why can't you say that about every quarterback in the round? Maybe other than Flacco. Flacco's a statue. But you're telling me Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel don't have the same superpower? But anyway, got that to watch for. Superman's coming out this week, and they filmed it in Cleveland. And so, it only makes sense. We're talking about superpowers this week. So maybe, maybe that's where it came from. I don't know, but we'll see. Mobility. All the guys got mobility. All right, now here's the thing, except for Flacco. Speaking of Flacco, here's the latest odds from FanDuel. So FanDuel has Flacco clear favorite. So he's like even money. Pickett will go in you $20 on a $10 bet. Gabriel $50 on a $10 bet. And Shedeur they have at the bottom of the list now. $87 on a $10 bet. But this is why this is such a fluid situation, because you go to DraftKings and it is a completely different story. They got Pickett plus money. 10 will win you 12. Then Shedeur is second on the list. 10 will win you 22.5. Flacco, 10 will win you 30. And then Dillon Gabriel at the bottom of the list. 10 will win you 65. So this is, oh my gosh, this quarterback battle and everything that's going along with it. Kenny Pickett's superpower, all of it. It is just, there's so far we have to go, and there's no way to tell what's going to happen, unless the Browns are just stuck, to one of the veterans, and we don't know it yet. But, yeah, it is it is something else. The way these odds change and, the opinions change. But, hey, it'll all start playing out here in a couple of weeks. Now, one thing that's always at the top of the DraftKings or FanDuel booking, the odds are you guys, the viewer comments. And so today we're going to start with Terry B75. Now, I'll tell you, we got a great reaction from the general manager comparison and talking about, Andrew Berry and the draft picks he's made and the free agents he's picked up and the trades he's made. A lot of good discussions in the viewer comments about that. And Terry B says, drafting wise, Berry has been horrible. We kind of pointed that out. Trading wise, money wise, he's been a genius. Turning Cooper into a third-round pick for just a sixth was insane. I do believe this year's picks will be a make or break for Berry. And I don't know if it's going to be make or break, but I do think, looking at it where we stand right now, every one of the picks for the first time, other than Dillon Gabriel in the third round, it's not taking Dillon Gabriel. It's weird they took Dillon Gabriel. We've said it a million times. If Shedeur in the third, Gabriel in the fifth, everybody's like, boy, this was a really good draft. This is pretty good. To trade back, we got another number one for next year. And, you got, everybody would be fine. But it's hard to argue with any of the guys he drafted this year. So I think this could be a really good draft. And hopefully, like I said, maybe he's learned from all the mistakes. And now he's applying it all. And so far, so good on this year's draft. But great take, Terry B. Boss Hog 5045 says, as far as best GM, I think Jason Licht should be on the list from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And yeah, I couldn't fit everybody on the list, but he if I'd have done a top 10 list, he probably would have been sixth. He saw enough in Baker, and look at what Baker's doing, and he's put together what some people say might be the best wide receiver room in the league, maybe the NFC. I know the Eagles might have something to say about that, but, they're right up there with him, Tampa Bay, and the pieces he's put together. They think they could make a Super Bowl run this year, so we'll see. Okay. Koopa Bad says, Watson is on Haslam and not Berry. Okay, yeah. I know, big swing and a miss. Jimmy already told us. But here's the thing. If you're the GM of the football team, isn't it your job to go to the owner and say, listen, as a football guy, we can't do this. We can't make this move. And I feel like it goes back to just like I always talk about with Baker Mayfield, when nobody was the adult in the room. And nobody went to him and said, you are sitting and you are going to get surgery and you're going to get better and you're going to come back and you're going to be our quarterback. But it never happened. I just don't understand why we keep doing this. So why everybody said, well, the owner said this. But isn't it your job? You're the football guy. And that's why I love Dorsey. When Dorsey was here, he's only here for 2 years, but I just feel like he didn't take any crap from anybody. And he just did his thing. He went out and got Mayfield, and and he got Ward, and he got Chubb, and some other guys along the way, and he made the moves to get Jarvis Landry in here, and then Odell Beckham, and man, we were shooting fireworks off my deck when they got Beckham. We thought that was going to be great. Now, of course, it all kind of flamed out, but Dorsey, man, he just shot from the hip, man, and that didn't seem like. He wasn't. He was doing his thing. I feel like a general manager needs to do that. I get it. The owner's paying the bills. I get all that. But it's you got to let your boots on the ground do their job. And that's why, I can't pin it all. Haslam did, probably went to him. But I just part of me that I just wonder, did they push back? Did they try to push back? And then not working out Watson. Ugh. Which brings me to this is where we're going to end. Muscle Man 2025, my guy. He says, now, but this is all, remember I said, I cannot believe they gave up so much for Watson and they never worked him out. They never saw him throw a ball or even sprint. That just baffles my mind. But anyway, Muscle Man 2025, and he makes this reference to Joe Dirt, the movie with the fireworks stand. He says, you're going to stand there and tell me you're not even going to work them out? And yeah. And you know what? You know what else, Muscle Man? They didn't have any black cats, no Roman candles, no screaming Mimis, no lady fingers, no fuzz buttles, no finger blasters, gut busters, zippity doodahs, crap flappers, nipsy daisers, with or without the scooter stick, or one single whistling kitty chaser. They didn't have any of that. So, oh boy. Anyway, that's a great scene from that movie. We love that movie. But yeah, so that'll be one that I'll never be able to wrap my head around that. How do you give up so much for a guy hasn't played in 2 years and you didn't even work him out? So, okay, but had to use that one 4th of July weekend. Hopefully everybody's having a great long weekend and looking forward to football. But once we get past 4th of July, we're running downhill towards football, folks. So, okay, hey, be safe out there. Thanks for watching. Go Browns! We'll see you next time.